Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of FM26 Beta here on Vanilla FM, and today we're going to take a look at how the progress has been in one day. In fact, yesterday evening I spent some time playing, just progressing the game so I could see the match engine. So I have seen the match engine, and we'll talk about it in a minute, but I don't know if you've noticed. If you haven't noticed, scroll back in the video to when the screen was loading, the game was loading, and it was saying that one of our players had the number -1. This player. And I think it's because he doesn't have a number, so obviously there's a bug there where if a player doesn't have a number, for whatever reason, it assigns the number -1. So I'm going to auto-assign and confirm. Yeah, alright, cool. So that's another bug there. Now, as you might have noticed from the portal, we have played a few friendlies and one of the league matches. This game here, Saturday 12th July against Hereford, we actually had to play twice because the game crashed halfway through the game. So we were winning like 4-0 or something like that. So we had to come back, and essentially the game doesn't like having its settings. So if you go to set preferences and mess around with the graphics, especially if you mess around with, I can't remember how to get to it now. Detailed, there we go. Detailed and match day. Yeah, it doesn't like having the render scale mess with during a match. So if you do that at the moment, it'll crash the game. So that's what I did, because I was basically trying to fine tune the settings so that I could see like how far I can push my laptop. It turns out my laptop isn't very powerful. So you'll see it gives you like a rating. It's here actually. Device graphics capability. Mine is okay. So I'm playing on a MacBook Air 2020. So that's the M1 chip. And I've got, I believe, 16 gigabytes of RAM. And the 10 CPU, 10 GPU core version of it. But anyway, so if you go to match day, it says custom, but I think that is just a high. These don't make sense, so I'm not going to press through them right now because it's probably going to break the game. But if you mess around with toggling between high, balanced, low, very low, high and balanced seem to be the same. So I went to custom and I buffed up all of these. It's a little bit jumpy, so I'll show you as the game progresses. If I pick, for example, the first match of the league and show you the highlights, let's see how that works. So it comes up with the squad statistics for the match, main events, a little bit of a visualizer of how the momentum and so on, not momentum, but you know what I mean, like the stats, top performers. And we can decide to either watch just the goals, key events, extended or comprehensive. I'm going to go for just goals. I'm going to go play. Now when you replay a match, the match engine isn't as stuttery. So I was noticing with the graphics high up, like I had there, like I just showed you, the match was quite stuttery. Like the refresh rate isn't brilliant. At least that appears to be the problem. It doesn't seem to be. Oh, it is doing it now too. See, when I was doing it before, it was a bit smoother. But it seems to be doing a bit of a jumpy motion here. At least to my eyes, it looks a bit jumpy. One thing, if I just pause it there, one thing you'll notice is if you pause the game, and this happens whether you're doing replaying the match at some other point, or if you do it during the match itself, the crowd will still be going. The players will stop, they'll freeze, the referee will freeze. The commentary is doing something. I don't know what it is, but it seems to be continuing. And the fans also continue to move. So that's one bug. Another bug is you'll notice we don't have a close-up shot here, which is a bit unfortunate. But if you during the broadcast, sometimes they'll do like a corner and you can really see these fans up close. They don't have faces. It's just solid color, triangular heads. They all have a very triangular looking head, and they don't have faces. So that's another issue. Also, none of them seem to be women. They might become women, but that's like an add-on. They all seem to be men. So that's another thing as well. Yeah, match engine, not great. Trees, not great. Now, this might have to do with my the graphics capability of my laptop. It's possible, but I'm not super impressed. What I would like to do, if we leave that horrendous highlight, is go through what we've done so far. So at the moment, we have built a bit of a squad. If I show you here, I've got our squad more or less built. We're hoping to offload Kyle, even though we only have Darren for 3 months, but we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. We don't have an extra striker, so we're working with a 3-striker system. If I go to recruitment and transfer activity, just to give ourselves, it's not there anymore, is it? They've changed where it is. It's transfer history, and it's further down the menu. All right. So if we're looking at transfer history, we brought in 5 players. So first of all, we brought in Sean Hogan, who was a 19-year-old. Sean was brought in for playing on the right. He's got great potential, so I'm quite excited about him. And he's only 19. That's great. A new goalkeeper, Simon. Again, great potential. And I'm hoping, so the strategy is going to be, I'm hoping to keep these players in the long run. Obviously, Simon, he's on loan, but I'm hoping the fact that we brought him in on loan might give us a chance to then offer either a permanent deal or a contract. Yeah, so he's only 18, so it's great for us. Sloan as well. I've played with this player before in previous versions of the game, like FM24, 23, I think. So he's always been a great addition to the squad. So he's in for the left. Probably one of the oldest players we've brought in, and we will bring in so far, is Henry. Again, we've played with Henry before in previous versions of the game. He lacks a little bit in the technical, but he has plenty in physical and mental for this level, for this league. So he's a great addition, a bit more of a solid head as well. And then just this last short-term loan that we've managed to secure for Darren. Again, great potential there. His contract runs out in 3 months, so I'm hoping I'll be able to offer a permanent deal. In fact, I might be able to offer now, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'll wait until we can offload Kyle Hodgkins. So, in terms of released players, I've released Ollie because we didn't have any need for him. He's a under 18s goalkeeper. I'm sure he's great, but we couldn't maintain having infrastructure just for one goalkeeper. So we let him go to create more room in the team. I'm trying to reduce everything as much as I can, and try to minimize expenses and so on. And then the rest of the squad is just legacy from the real Hereford. So we still have Theo Richards. Let's go look at it like that. So Theo Richards, Kyle, we're actually hoping to offload if we can. And we've got Aaron Skinner as well. Aaron Skinner is going to play on the right for us. We've also got Lewis Hudson, our current captain as well that we're going to keep like that. Kenna, Mitchell and Matt, centre-backs. We've got Matt Richards that we're going to keep, Gus and Ilani Edwards, which we couldn't really release on loan or send back from loan, so we're going to hold on to him and play him in that defensive midfield. And who else have we got? We've got Omari and Mado on the right, AMR position. For the AML position, we've got Sam and Eno. And then the strikers, we've got Campbell, Adam Rooney, and Andy Williams. One player that doesn't fit into... Actually, two players that don't fit into our squad. Lawson, I haven't been able to secure any sort of transfer for him, sadly. He's quite old at the moment. He's quite old already, so maybe players aren't interested for that reason, and we're gonna just send Preston out. I haven't managed to recoup any money, so there's not going to be any loan fee or anything, or wages really. But just it's better to loan him out because I really have no use for Preston. So it's better for him to get some football out there than to stay stuck. I might convert Lawson into a striker. He's already got some sort of striker experience. I'm not sure to what extent. But if we go to training, individual training, and I find Lawson, where is he? Lawson, what I can do is play him as a striker, and I actually can't remember what position we are going with. Let's just go take a quick look at the tactics again. So what have we got? Matchday tactics. You can just see as well how difficult it is to navigate this game. Just all the clicks, really unsure, and things are hidden in weird places. So channel or DLF. Okay, so go back to him. So we want him to be a centre forward. What's a DLF? Deep line forward. Okay. Channel forward. Deep line forward. I feel like he could be a channel forward actually. I don't know. He doesn't have a star rating yet, so I'm gonna go for channel forward, and we might change that eventually. In the meantime, I've made sure that every player has some sort of personal plan. Just gonna skip through these very quickly to try and identify if any of the new players and also current players all have some sort of individual training. They all appear to, which is very good. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to do defense positioning with you. We are going to do some agility. Oops. Yes, keep improving your agility. Okay, I'm really going to focus on fitness in this save. That's all going to be about fitness. In the women's leagues save that I've got on my other channel, Football Manager, at the moment the strategy I'm taking there is kind of relying on the coaches to give me advice, and also focusing on positional things, positional attributes and key attributes and so on. So I'm doing a completely different strategy there. Here in the Hereford save, I'm focusing exclusively on fitness and trying to use that as a driving factor. To be honest with you, it's going better here than it is going at the moment in women's save. If you want to see the comparison, just go over there and have a look. It's not going great, especially because the tools that the game gives you are actually broken. There are a lot of bugs in the database. If you haven't seen that in action, just keep playing with it and you'll see that the tools in the database for search, this search edit, very broken. I think I found one. Where was it? That, I think. And let's go apply for now. I don't think the guy, oh yeah, this guy. So you see how attributes, we've ticked all of them. Ah, he's gone now. Okay, so there was, if I take this off again, you'll appear. There we go. So you've set it for 10 with all the attributes. And this guy kept popping up, and I was like, but strength, he doesn't have 10 strength at least. Even though this box was ticked, okay? But, however, now that I've unticked it and ticked it, it seems to have fixed it. But there's obviously lots of stuff going wrong. Another thing that I noticed is if you go to goalkeeping, if you look for goalkeeping roles, attributes, and then switch to defensive centre back, it ticks all of the goalkeeping attributes. So that's another fun bug that I've come across as well. I'm not going to do it now because I don't want to mess my search. It's already buggy enough without me messing it up even further. So let me just double check that. Where is Hodge? Hawkins. Have we sent him out yet? No. This seems to be broken. At least in this save, it's broken. I'm managing to get offers in my women's league save in the other channel. Some proper values in here, but in the Hereford save, it seems to be broken. What I am going to do is set a transfer value, see if that will entice clubs to actually give me an offer. So offer play out. Okay. Now what I thought I would do today is actually show you the match engine in action. Hopefully that can work. So we're going to review the tactics, and we've played one match, so ideally I want to give the floor to everyone else. So usually what I do is I play a match, and then in the following match, the second match of the season, I will do some squad rotation. So I'm going to do that now. It's a shame it doesn't show you the stats here. I'd quite like that to be the case. DR, who's the other DR? Aaron Skinner. I have a feeling Aaron... No, he hasn't played. Okay, so he's going to be up here. Aaron Skinner. Then for the left side, Sloan, we got Lewis Hudson, who he did play in the previous match. I think I'm going to play him from the start in this match. Okay, Hudson. Now the two centre backs, we actually have 5. So I'm going to take Hawkins out because now I've decided I'm going to sell him anyway. And we're going to put Preston in. Yeah. Ooh, okay, sorry. I just realised what I did. We didn't need to do that. Oh, we're missing what? We're missing our new player. Has he arrived? Yeah, there he is. So maybe he doesn't like playing in that side. We'll see. So let's bring in Matthew. Matthew's already played, so let's bring in Kenna. Kenna's also already played. Okay, good. We got plenty of options here then. Matthew had a better rating. And... why is this guy not appearing? Anyway, let's put him in manually. Okay. Fine. So it's going to be those two. I think is the most sensible option. Okay, for the midfield, defensive midfield, the other players that we have that can play here are... Actually, this is wrong as well. Matthew shouldn't be playing in that position. It should be a guy called Mitchell, which I can't see. Where's Mitchell? Mitchell Roberts. Yeah, here it is. Okay. There we go. That's better. Let's rotate them around, see if it helps. Yeah, it does. Okay. Right. Okay, that's sorted then. Right, so defensive midfield, like I said, we've got Mafuta, that played already. We haven't played yet this guy, I don't think. Nope. And then we're going to bring Matt in, because he's got a very good rating. And we're going to keep them this way around. Okay. Then going to bring Cisse in. And Neto in. And then striker-wise, I don't think Adam Rooney has played, so let's bring him in instead of Campbell. Even though Campbell is much better, but we're going to just rotate around. And we can keep it like that, that's fine. Now for our... just going to clear these and rethink the bench. Okay. So... When you're going to need him on the bench. So I'm going to go for the best attributes, the best ability first. And then we'll think about... I know we're selling Lawson, but he's quite a useful player, so let's put him in the bench anyway. And then goalkeeper, I'm not going to worry about that just for now. So all we need now, someone to play on the left of the fence, so Sloan. And we'll get the goalkeeper in there as well. Okay, I think we've got all of the positions covered. No, we don't have a striker, so let's put in one of our strikers, Campbell. Okay. Campbell. Nice. Alright, so now we have our first 11. Let's review. There we go, we've reviewed it. Our position instructions, I've already done that before. The button doesn't work anyway. Penalties, the button does work. That's great. I don't like the penalties panel. That's one thing that I really don't like about this game, is how it doesn't give you... put it in wrong. If you add the players in order, it seems to be able to understand this trade-off between penalty taking and composure. So it's just a case of organizing them, and then the ones that you add after that should already fall in that general order, as you can see here. So this guy should be slightly further up. Okay, 4 through. Okay. Alright, so yeah, I always want to give someone a hat-trick opportunity for penalties, but also if they've missed a penalty, I'm going to say, okay, let's give it a rest. So, alright, so let's play a match then. I know it's already a long episode, but I want to try and show you. I'm going to save just in case the game throws a hissy fit halfway through the match as well. Make it full screen. And hopefully the game won't crash. You can do instant results if you want to. That is wrong. We have, I believe, 7. Yes, we do. Okay, so that warning that says you have one substitute outside the match squad, that's wrong. Proceed. It takes quite a while to set up the game. One thing I don't like is once you go into the match, you can't come back out. So in the previous versions of FM, you could just press a player's name or a team or whatever, and you could come straight back out. Here, first of all, you can't even press this. That's fine. I'm not sure if you could press it in the previous game anyway. I've got all my assistants and everything doing all the media talking and the team talking. So it gives you, it's a rainy day, it gives you the league table and everything else. The colour isn't great, as you can see. And then it gives you this holding screen where it waits for you to press kickoff, and it just gives you different angles of the players warming up. Okay, so you press kickoff, and then as you can see, the crowd is particularly bad, but you'll see better once we get a close-up of the crowd. I'm going to speed up this 3D thing. I do like to watch it closely when I'm playing by myself, but for the sake of brevity in this video, I'm going to speed it up. So you can see just the crowd, how bad it is, at least in my graphics, with my graphics capability. The players are okay. They have eyes and they have hair. And some of the hair is actually quite good, even though it doesn't look good in the rest of the game. So here we have a replay. I don't know if this is stuttering in the OBS recording, but in my screen is very stuttery. So that might be the same in the OBS recording. We'll see. Alright, skip that. And yeah, so if you press a player's name, for example, can you press it there? No, you can't. So you see the crowd. You probably got a good view there. The crowd is very non-human, I would say. If you press if I just pause it here, press a player's name, it doesn't take you back into the main game. There's no way that I've found to take you back into the main game. It just keeps taking you further until if I press Theo's name 5 times, it will just take me 5 times into it. If you press King's Lynn, it just takes me into King's Lynn. England just takes me into England, but it's all within. It actually doesn't take you anywhere. That's it. I've broken it. So yeah, it doesn't take you back into the game. There's no way for you to get back into the game whatsoever. So that's... Can you quit the game? I don't even know if you can quit the game. You can't quit the game, but I don't think you could do that before anyway, so that's okay. But you can't like search things or look things up very easily once you're into the match. Other than that, you've got your formations either side. I quite like actually this screen. I'm not gonna lie, but I find, even though I like watching it, at the same time I find this 2D view very distracting, because your eyes naturally gravitate towards it and you end up missing some of the information that's being thrown at you instead. So I wish they would find a different way that is less distracting to the eye. Yeah, so that is one of the things that I don't like. Yeah, you got your subs here. You can close this, especially if you're inside the match. That's useful, so you have more real estate to actually see what's happening on the pitch. Then at the top here you have your mentality. You have your instructions that you can tweak, and you also have this button takes you into the main tactics. So if we go into it now, it just takes you into the main tactics screen. So yeah, you can look at the all of the tactics and so on. Anyway, how do I get back out of it? Cancel. Okay. Sometimes the cancel button isn't very obvious for certain screens. So we are losing here 1-0 against King's Lynn. I'm not sure why the screen goes black so many times. I think it's something to do with the resolution that I'm playing with at the moment, and my laptop's inability to somehow cope with it. So let me just check. I might take Skinner out and put, yeah, Hogan. And Let's get Campbell in and swap them around, maybe. Let's leave it. Okay, let's confirm changes. Second half. So we've used up 2 substitutions, even though it doesn't show. Why doesn't it show? I don't like that. It might refresh itself in a minute. But yeah, it's missing the position. And that is wrong. That should say Campbell. Ray May Campbell. So that's wrong. Cisse grabs the ball, we'll pass it back to Hogan, passes it back to Cisse, into Edwards, all the way back to the new centre back. Roberts crosses it into Campbell, couldn't make it there. Okay. But yeah, so you get an idea. If you have a 5-year-old laptop, the chances are, actually, yeah, maybe even less than that, maybe even if you have a 4-year-old laptop, chances are this is the quality of graphics you're going to get. It's not great. Not great. Right, so Matthew. We can get Mafuta in. Okay, Neto. I'm going to try and use Sterling. And we'll leave the last sub for a bit. Let's get Sloan. Yeah, Sloan is still there. Okay, so let's take Hudson out and put Slow in. Confirm. Let's see if we can rescue this match. Yeah, I think this is too distracting, the little 2D view. I like it, it's great, especially if it's useful for people that play Football Manager and they care a lot about the tactics, so they can see the tactics in action, even when there isn't a highlight to see. But I think for people like me that don't really set tactics much, it's a little bit distracting. There should be a way to turn it off, I think. See, let's pause the game. Pause. As you can see, the rain continues and the players are paused, but the rain continues and the supporters continue. And you can see the supporters have this sort of triangular hat for a hair and very sort of geometrical shapes. No gender differences. So I guess that comes as a texture afterwards. And they don't have any eyes, they're just blobs. Just blobs. There we go. I do like the new camera angles though. They are good. It's a good feature. This goalkeeper is massive. Jesus, look at him. Compared to the other players. I love the fact that I played around with height. I was in the manager editor. I was playing around with the height and seeing the difference between what if you create the smallest possible manager and the tallest possible manager. And all that the height seems to do is zoom. And I think it's the same. Like if you look at the goalkeeper, he's just bigger, but all the proportions are the same. He's just zoomed in. Yeah, it's not how in real life taller people aren't just zoomed in versions of small people. There's other differences as well, so yeah, it's interesting how they've done that. I guess it's the limitations of what they could have done so far, but yeah. Alright, so we've got 15 minutes here to try and make a difference, plus extra time. Although there haven't been any injuries, so maybe there isn't going to be extra time. I'm pretty sure I've done all my subs now. It shows you actually a little tally. Oh, I didn't react in time. It shows you a little tally There's some text there that goes off. Where is that text? Oh, beta version. Okay. Alright, so we've got Ian Edwards into Sloan. Ian Edwards again. His name's not Ian, I'm not sure why I keep calling him Ian. Campbell crosses it into the box to Rooney. Gets defended. That possibly should have been a corner, but it wasn't. Just on the line, I suppose. The rain isn't very realistic, it's just an animation of water droplets in front of the camera, and that's all. You can see that now, like it's just an animation of water droplets, and that's it. They are defending quite well, Kings Lynn, putting a lot of men in the box, just as human barriers. That might be offside. Yeah, offside. That was quite clearly offside. It's going to be a long episode, this one. Apologies. I didn't mean it to go on this long. It's just so much to explain with all the bugs. But this is what it's like playing the game. Everything takes donkey's years. It's not one of those games that you can just move through it fast. I mean, you can, but you're going to miss out on a lot of stuff. And it's probably not going to work out too well. Because the whole point is that you tweak all of this to try to achieve, like, especially for a Road to Glory sort of save where you're picking up a small club and taking it up the leagues. You really have to drill down into the detail, otherwise your club's never going to be able to progress up the leagues if you don't pay attention to all these details. So, but it's just, there are so many clicks, click after click after click, that you have to do stuff that wasn't there before. So I think mainly, other than some of the features that are missing altogether or are buggy, there's a big problem with the game, which is quality of life features. Stuff that could be on one page, one pane of glass, is just spread over lots of different menus and hidden in sub-menus and stuff. It's not amazing. Anyway, I'm going to take it there. We're just going to address the team, but it's just an automatic process in this save, so I'm not going to take you through it because it's just going to be, yeah, I'm not happy, you should have won that, etc. But yeah, so that's the match engine. Thank you so much for watching until the end. It's been a very long video, so I appreciate you watching until the end if you have. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.